Welcome back to Transport Fever 2, everybody. I hope you're having a good one because I am excited to be back. We're currently sitting on $26 million, which is not bad at all. We're actually making money, and that's really exciting to me because it means we can start expanding quite rapidly and start taking some chances as well, which, again, it's all very exciting. It means, we have a bit of a safety net. Now, before we do that, I do want to spend some time just optimizing some things here and there, because at the moment we have all of these wagons bringing logs from here to turn them into planks here. Those planks then get turned into tools right here. But I feel like we could probably optimize a lot of that because I feel like the balance might be off a little bit. So what I want to do is I'm going to pin this, and I'm going to pin you, and I'm going to pin you, because I want to see what the current rates and frequencies are. So, interestingly, these two are actually optimized perfectly because it's 2 logs for every 1 plank. So we have a rate of 160 per year with a rate of 80 per year on the planks to tools. So for every 2 logs that come in, we have 1 plank going out. So this is actually okay. So what I want to do now is keep this one pinned, which is our planks to tools line. And I want to see how this is going right here, because we need to look at the tools to train line, which has a rate of 64, which is why these guys are just getting stockpiled that little bit right there. So what I can do is go to manage vehicles on this one. And if I just go and duplicate one of you guys, that brings it to 72. If I duplicate another one, that brings it to 79, which is, well, 80. So that's now perfect as well. So that's not too bad. I do want to have a bit of a look here and see how the tools and fuel to Detroit line is doing. It has a rate of 214, a frequency of 10 minutes, and it can carry up to, I think, 112 right there on the cargo. So in theory, this thing should never be filling up with tools going down to Detroit, but I think for now that's okay. The other issue is that there is just a massive amount of bricks waiting down here. So I'm almost wondering if we should maybe set up a dedicated train for that, because at the moment we are taking bricks up to Pueblo Holt, and a lot of this is actually waiting to go into Laredo. And now that I think about it, I mean, you're picking up some bricks. That's cool. The fuel here is also going to Laredo as well. I'm looking at it. It is getting a good amount of bricks. It's actually getting a lot of things. The population is very good up here. We should probably do some public transport around this place at some point. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this. We have a good amount of bricks here. What I'm considering is that, I mean, brick production down here is kind of fantastic as well. We have a good amount waiting around to go to Laredo. We have, I guess, some oil waiting to head out as well. We just have things sitting around. There's a lot of stuff just waiting to go places. Like here, there's a massive amount of fuel waiting to go to Warren. So I guess what we should do here is I'm just going to manage these vehicles. I'm going to duplicate all of them. I'm going to 20 vehicles in that line, and we'll start moving that all down into Warren, which is only getting about 50% of the fuel that it needs, which is interesting. It's also growing quite well as well, 322 people. So that's not too bad. That'll hopefully help things out there. Salinas is getting some construction material. It could get more. I wonder if it would be an idea to bring some of this construction material down to Salinas. I don't know. I don't want to do it by train because it would have to go through Philadelphia down to here, and then it would come down via wagon. I almost wonder if it would just be quicker to pick up some construction material here and bring it straight down. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. But I think what I'm going to do right away is actually come in here, and I am going to go ahead and build some public transport connections around Laredo. So I want to connect those roads together. This is all okay here. This is all okay here. This guy can connect up to there and connect straight through to there. Got a couple new buildings popping up as well, which is very exciting. But that'll give us room to do a loop around Laredo. But what I'd also like to do is put a station down here, because I think we are going to do a little public transport thing. I'm not really sure if it's going to go out to Fargo. I don't think we need to do that, but I think we could do Laredo to Philadelphia and back, just a little back and forth there. And then anyone that wants to go to Fargo can transfer in Philly and head out to Fargo, or if they're continuing on to Detroit, they can transfer and go to Detroit. I think that's probably the fair way to do it. So let's go ahead and configure this station. And to be quite honest, I'm going to do a couple more tracks here. And I might actually extend this back a little bit just so we can get longer trains in here as well. So we'll go like this for a little bit. And that's not a bad length. It could be a little bit longer, I think. So we'll go to here. And that's a pretty good length for a station. And then what I want to do is throw some platforms in here for some more cargo. Going to do the same all the way along here. And I think that's probably fine. Although I guess, yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw another cargo platform in there just to make sure that if we ever bring anything else here, we're going to be okay. And then we'll go ahead and throw these passenger ones in as well. Just a little something like this. And that should keep us pretty good. And then, of course, tracks can be here the entire way along. Something's apparently gone wrong. We'll have to check that in a second. But let's just finish these tracks. We'll do the platforms down the right side here as well. So some passenger platforms just like this. Bit of a big station, but to be fair, we have $40 million right now, so we can certainly afford it. And what's the problem? Vehicles report the following problems. What is wrong with you? What are you complaining about? Are you stuck? I think you might be. Are you stuck? Oh, you are stuck. Interesting. Okay. So what we're going to have to do there is put a little section right here, and we'll see if that works. So that should let you come out and then cross over right about here. And then you should be able to come out of there as well without too much issue, I think. Guess we're about to find out. You do still seem to be stuck. What are you supposed to be doing? Can I get you to just leave? Is that an option? Can I get you to get out of there? There you go. So that was the slag and brick line. I'm not really too sure how you got stuck at all, but fair enough. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, I suppose. I don't know. It probably will, but it's whatever. I think what we'll do, though, for now, let's go ahead and get these parallel tracks coming out. And we'll go something a bit like this, I think, is probably fair enough. So up to about there. And for this one, we'll sort of do the same thing. We'll bring it up to right about there, I think. That looks okay. You know, I like tracks that go straight into stations, but I think this is fine for now. We'll extend this a bit past all of the overlapping sections, and we can probably do the same here down a little bit to about there. And this is where these two will merge, because that seems fair enough. So you can go to there, and you can go to about there. And then these guys can sort of go, I guess, a bit like that, and a little bit like that. So now everybody can cross over to where they need to go. We're going to have some other, transfer points and stuff like that, but this is good. I'm actually kind of hopeful that this will go well, because it's going to mean that we have people going around here, but the loop for Laredo can also come out to the train station, and hopefully that's going to be a good connection between Philly and Laredo, even though a wagon going back and forth here might be a bit better. I'm going to stick with trains. I really want to do a lot of stuff with trains today. Oh, we just got some steam flatbed trucks and steam tarpaulin trucks as well. That's actually kind of a big deal. I've got to be honest, that's a really big deal. We can go ahead and upgrade a lot of our fleets now and get some good stuff going. So absolutely going to need to be doing that. Let me also just throw a few more signals around here just to see if we can get this area to be nicely controlled. So we have this all set up. We have the passenger tracks. So if we come around and we go to Philadelphia, where do I want this train to come in? I'm almost thinking that it should go to its own platform, since it's a little, well, I guess it could go in here. Are we using both platforms there? I think we are. So maybe it should go to this section instead. That might not be the end of the world. Let's give that a shot and see if we can do it. So I'd want you to break off of there, which isn't actually going to be possible. Can I get you to break off? Well, this is actually, Okay, now hold on a second. This is actually going to be slightly more complicated than I realized. You need to come out to about here, I want to say, and then need to cross over like that. And then I need this to come out to here, and I need it to go right to there. So it's actually not all that complicated. It's going to be some weird overlapping and stuff like that. This track in the middle is going to be a nightmare to connect up at some point, but that's all right. Trains are going to come in on the right. They're going to cross over. They're going to be on the right. They're going to need to cross over to my left here. So trains can cross at about that spot. And everything should be okay. I also want to make sure I did that right over here. They come in on the right. They cross over to my left. Yeah. So that's all set up properly. We can go ahead and set up some signals just around here. And then we should be good to get some passenger lines running, which is very exciting. And just like that, we have a line that goes between Philly and Laredo. I'm not going to bother setting up any trains for it just yet, though, because I do want to go ahead and get the loop going around Laredo. But before I even do that, I want to come in here and bulldoze that road because I kind of want to get some buildings along this station. So I want to configure it. I want to go to passenger buildings, and these guys are medium buildings for cargo. So we'll go and throw a medium. Oh, they're not medium at all. Are they medium side? Are they small buildings? They are small buildings. Okay. Let's throw some small side buildings here. We'll throw a medium one there, a main one, and we'll do that, right? So that kind of works out. And then we'll go to passenger, or they're small rather, yeah, not medium. I keep saying medium. We'll do a small main building there, there, and there. We'll do a couple of small side buildings. And that's probably okay. We don't need to get too crazy with it. And then I just need to connect it to a road and everything should be good. So a road straight across here, I think works out kind of nicely. Although I'd like it to not be cutting into the ground like that. That's a little bit annoying. Can we maybe smooth out the terrain here? So smooth tool, brush size, nice and big, good and strong. Smooth this out a little bit so we get roads that are a little bit less ugly. And then in theory, yeah, that works much, much better. So this guy can go, I guess, right about there is fine by me. And for connections here, I mean, that's not going to be possible at all. So what we'll do is we'll bring a medium straight off of roughly the middle, I guess. And I think we'll just disconnect all of this completely for a second, because what I can do is have a little fun with this. So this guy comes down, connects maybe something like that. It's not the best looking connection, is it? What if we disconnect all of these for a second and I just take this way back and do a big old curve? I think that looks better. And then this guy can connect straight through a little something, something like this. And this guy can connect straight a little something, something like that. And then this thing, I could probably move this, right? If I bulldoze this and then I rebuild it sort of in the same spot, I think it'll be fine. So if I do this and confirm, and then bulldoze you guys, and then go in with a new truck stop, you know, obviously rotate it around a little bit to get it exactly the way we want it, I think this will still work. I think it'll just pick up all of the destinations that was, you know, previously here. Yeah, it absolutely does. So now I configure it. We go to cargo. We'll extend it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3, 4, 5. And we could throw, you know, a nice large cargo building or something. We don't need it, but regardless, that worked out. Gives us a train station, gives us a nice road. We can upgrade all of this as well into a nice big road. And we should be good, I think. All right, so the Laredo loop has been set up. It comes down here, which is fantastic. So now we're going to need some vehicles for it. So we'll head in, we'll buy some vehicles. We don't have anything that's steam powered that can bring passengers, but we do still have the stagecoach. So we'll go ahead and get, I'm going to be generous and say 10 of them. I want to make them black because I think it looks fantastic on the stagecoaches. And then when the game's done auto-saving, they should update, which they did. So you guys now go on to the road passengers Laredo loop, and away they go. Now we need to get ourselves a train, and I'm not expecting any miracles from this. I'm not expecting anything huge, but we'll go ahead and we'll get the mogul, and we'll make it black as well, because I think it looks pretty good. And for the passenger wagons, I mean, the roof is the only part that gets colored on these ones. So I'm going to go for sort of this gray right in the middle, so it doesn't look reflective and doesn't glow in the sunlight. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, I think, for now. Maybe we'll go 6. 96 capacity seems pretty good. So we'll buy that, and we'll put that on the Philly Laredo line and see how that goes. I'm hoping for good things there. I'm really hoping for good things from this guy. And it actually does look pretty good. It's not glowing as much in the sun as the other ones, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it performs. We'll see if it does anything for us at all in terms of moving people to Laredo. If it doesn't, then oh well. At least Laredo is able to move passengers around itself, at the very least. So I think what I'm going to do next is go ahead and upgrade pretty much all of these guys. We have all of these wagons that are moving logs and then moving planks and then moving tools. And it's a relatively efficient line. I mean, we saw right at the start of the video that this is optimized quite well. But if I was to go and pin this and go to here and manage vehicles, we have 37 of them. If I was to replace these flatbeds, which are these guys, with these guys, they are faster and they can carry more. So in theory, this is the, what line is this? This is the logs to plank line, I think. So if I open you, we'll pin you. The current rate is 160. If I replace all of you, the rate will change to 192 with a higher frequency as well. So that's good. If we go to the planks to tools line, it's 80 currently. If I manage the vehicles and replace those with, I guess, more flatbeds, we'll go ahead and do that. And we're up to 96, which is pretty good. So 96 and 96, 9 and 9 is 18, 6 and 6 is 2, so 192. Yeah, so this is still perfect in terms of its ratios and whatnot. And then coming up here, the planks to tools line has been sorted. The tools to train line needs to be managed. We go in, we replace with the tarpaulin truck, and we just go and replace all of you, and we should be good. So that's going to give us a bit more speed. That's going to give us a little bit more efficiency around here. I'm probably going to want to do that with just about everything as well. I'm likely going to want to say that, you know, for example, the Philly food to port line could probably do with a bit more in the way of, you know, trucks and whatnot. So I think we'll pin this, we'll go in, and we'll manage these vehicles. And I'm just going to replace all of these guys with the tarpaulin trucks, just because, quite simply, it's going to be good for Philadelphia, I think. So manage you guys, replace you with the tarpaulins, go to you guys, and replace with the tarpaulin trucks. And that should keep us pretty good. That should keep us pretty good. It'll move more stuff down to the port. And honestly, maybe we want a few more vehicles in the port. What are you doing? Port livestock to meat. Okay, so that's the one bringing the livestock up. You're the one bringing the food to the ports. Let me go and just duplicate all of you, and we'll see how that goes. Because, I mean, what are you doing? That's a passenger ship, and that is a, yeah. So this thing isn't full at all. It would be nice if it was. So hopefully that works out, and hopefully we'll see a bit more, you know, productivity and efficiency around the ports. Looking to Laredo, we have a couple of people wanting to move around. It doesn't seem like we have any passengers down here right now, which is slightly disappointing. And in Philadelphia, we have like one person that wants to go to Laredo. Well, that's kind of to be expected. Okay. You know, I almost wonder if we should add another train to the Philly Tools and Fuel to Detroit and then bricks back to Philly line, because there is a massive amount of brick that is sitting around here in Detroit at any one time. So I'm kind of thinking we should do something about that. I'm kind of thinking we should absolutely get more of that moving to Philadelphia, although does it need it? A little bit. It could use a little bit. Philadelphia is also not growing anywhere near as much as I would hope it would. Like, it's getting everything that it needs. It has good amounts of public transport. It just doesn't really grow, which is weird. That is definitely weird. And then, like, Warren down here is now wanting machines and goods, right? So Warren is doing fantastic. 364 people. Laredo is 448. So it's, I mean, it's doing, it just could be doing a bit better in Philly. But anyway, I think I am gonna go ahead and put another train on this line. So we have two. Let's go ahead and get a third. So that'll give us train 14 on that line. And then I guess what we could do instead of maybe pulling the bricks elsewhere and kind of diluting the amount that goes to Philadelphia is we could have a look into what else this guy is supposed to be doing. So this guy's moving tools, right? Tools down to Detroit and fuel down to Detroit. Now to do that, it is coming around here. So fuel production here relies on this guy, this train right here, the Salinas oil to refined to fuel line. Because what's going on is the trains are going to this spot right here where they're picking up crude oil. They're coming up to Laredo where they pick up the refined oil and they bring it down here where it turns it into fuel. And then the other train comes down and takes that to good old Detroit. So I wonder if we need to make this line a bit more efficient. It might not be a bad idea. Let me look at these. Let me look at these vehicles and see what we can do here. What trains have you got right now? I actually have no idea. I think it's this one. No, I think it's. I have no idea what trains are actually on those lines. They can apparently only hit 31 miles an hour. You know what? Let's get rid of you. And let's add the mogul. Okay, so they already had the mogul. So we don't need to do anything in terms of upgrades. What about you? 63 of 63 with a lot of empty space. What if I told them to wait? What if I did that? What if I said, you know, chill in Salinas for a little bit? So if I say, you know, manage line, you get to, not Salinas, Pueblo. Let's have you, you're loading up on that. I kind of want the minimum stop time to go up to like a minute and the maximum stop time to go up to like 2 minutes. I don't know if that's going to do anything for us, but I kind of want to do that. And I'm hoping that helps us out a little bit. That helps them to kind of wait around while stuff is processed and it fills up the trains a little bit more. It might delay them. I don't really know because I don't remember the ratios here. It's not 2 to 1 by chance, is it? It is 2 to 1. So that's essentially where we're failing, is this 2 to 1 ratio of 2 crude oil for every refined oil. So that's going to be an issue. That's going to be a constant issue, as these trains can absolutely fill up right here, which it sort of did. It's also, yeah, it is also bringing fuel back to Laredo as well. I forgot about that part. I have made these a little bit too messy, haven't I? I don't think it's doing us any favors, although I am curious to see what it does when it waits around. So it comes in, we get $1 million for this nice big old drop off of crude oil. This guy is sitting about at the minute, which is fine. We have some bricks coming in as well, which is totally okay. So that gives us almost $1 million. This guy should turn around and leave immediately. We also got a new train, which is very exciting. And this guy is absolutely sitting there to fill up a little bit. So that's good. I don't think we're ever going to see this train completely full, which, I mean, we aren't going to see it completely full, but that's all right. You are still heading out. You are now coming out of there, which is fine. Is there anywhere else we could bring oil from? I mean, there sort of is, right? There's right here, actually, Philadelphia oil well. We could run that up here to kind of supplement what's going on in Pueblo. That might not be a bad idea. That really might not be a bad idea at all. Wait, what are you waiting on? Oh, you're waiting on that guy coming out. Okay. Well, fair enough. That's a bit, you know, courteous of you. Let's, let me put a signal here so that they don't have to wait forever like that. And then you can kind of go and do your thing. All right. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. I think we use this to supplement this. And to be quite honest, I think the best way to do it is going to be a tunnel. So pull all this back and go to streets and give me this guy. So upgrade you and just a straight shot through this hill. It's going to be expensive, but honestly, I think it's going to be for the best. So that's maybe a little much. Let's go about there. We'll do that. And then what we can do is just bring a street into that intersection. And that seems fine. I don't mind that at all. We'll bring this road right back since we don't need it anymore. And then it's going to be as simple as putting some kind of, truck stop out here. So we'll do, don't know why I couldn't find the word truck right there. We'll do this. We'll make it a bit longer. We'll just do a single set of platforms. And we'll actually move it down a little bit so that the vehicles don't have to go as far. So to about there should be fine. And then the drop off for this can just be a truck stop. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So we'll go to, I'm going to go to there actually, I think. Yeah, we'll go to there and we'll hope the vehicles don't, overlap too much. So looking at this, it's going to be a very, very simple new line. It's going to be from here and it's going to be to there. And we'll just call that, I guess, I mean, what are we going to call that? It's just, so it's road cargo, Laredo, and I guess it's crude oil to refined oil, plain and simple. So we'll go in here, we'll make it that same blue color that we do, and then we'll grab ourselves a couple of vehicles and hope for the best. So these guys are going to be the tarpaulin trucks. We'll go for 10 of them, see what happens. Make them that nice blue color and put them on the road cargo crude to refined line. And let's see what happens. Is this immediately going to produce stuff? It isn't. Have I missed something? Have I been a bit of an idiot? Do you do cover this guy? Okay. So maybe it's not producing? Okay, that's actually got me a little bit worried. I wonder if this guy just doesn't need anymore. Like the production here, it's getting, so its transport is currently 100%, right? I'm wondering if that means it's getting enough currently. That's a little bit frustrating. I was really hoping that would work. Oh wait, no, hold on. This is shipping a little bit. There is a shipping number there. It's just that this is shipping so much that, okay, that might balance itself out. It might take a minute. Yeah, there we go. Now we're seeing a little something pop up down here. That's what I'm looking for. So in theory, that will supplement everything that's going on up here, and hopefully that'll give us a bit more fuel. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to come into Laredo and I am going to change out some of these vehicles. So all of them, replace them. We'll go for these guys just so it's a bit more efficient. And then do we have any wagons coming down here still? That's a stagecoach. I know we do still have some wagons coming in and around here though. Like we have all this going on. We have the steel into tools and all that stuff. Might not be a bad idea to upgrade a bunch of these. So you, for example, we'll go ahead and replace you with the tarpaulin trucks. We'll go ahead and replace all of these guys with the tarpaulin trucks as well. And that'll speed things up a little bit. Out this way, you guys are flatbeds. So we'll replace you with the flatbeds, of course. And you guys are flatbeds as well. So replace all of you with some flatbed trucks. And hopefully that'll just speed things up a little bit. Make things a little bit more efficient in and around Laredo. And hopefully this will as well. Basically, I'm trying to make everything efficient. That's my goal today, is try and just make everything run a little bit better. And speaking of running better, the food to Port St. Lucie line is doing very well. The ship is absolutely full right now. And we have 51 food waiting right here as well. So I think we might actually be able to get another boat. And I'm down for it. So absolutely duplicate you. We'll send another ship along that line and see what happens there. In terms of passengers, I don't think we need to go too crazy on that one, which is all right. There's 17 people waiting to head up to Philly and Detroit. And over this way, we have 2 people heading to Detroit, 8 heading to Port St. Lucie, and up here we have 3 people waiting for a boat. So the boats aren't that popular, but they're cool. They're cool to have. I like them. I like that they exist. Looking at this, we might really need to get more meat moving down to the train. I have, obviously gone in and replaced all of the wagons with tarpaulin trucks, but we really got to get more moving. We also need to maybe do something with the fact that traffic gets held up with the trains here. I'm kind of wondering if this game has a function to build like a tunnel. Like if I put a bit of road there, can I bring that straight out and take it underground in such a way as to build a tunnel? It doesn't really seem like I can, does it? I mean, I wonder if I was to lower the road under the tracks, could I turn the tracks into almost a bridge? That might do it. Let's give this a quick shot and see what happens. So if I take out these sections of road, right back to there. I'm gonna have to get rid of some sections of track if I want to do this, but I'm curious. If I do this and I try to lower it, I think that'll work. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the sections of track to do it, but I think I can pull this off. So this guy comes up to about there. We want to smooth out this terrain a little bit first, just make everything a little bit easier to work with. We have a nice big sort of square to do this with as well, so something's nice and flat here. So this guy comes straight to about there, and then we want to go to about there. And if I just lower that right down, it's very, very steep. It's actually kind of silly looking. I might take that back a little bit and do a bit of a longer section here. So something like that. Oh, it does turn into a tunnel. Okay, let's just do the tunnel. It looks a bit weird, but I'm kind of okay with it. It just means that the traffic isn't going to be held back by the trains, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So essentially, we just do this. We just do this. And then signals just need to be a thing again. So if I go in and do signals, I mean, I can do, a signal there. We got a signal there. I'll put one sort of above ground anyway, because I might as well. And that should be fine. So now traffic, oh, wait a minute. Traffic isn't even going to get to that road right now. But now traffic isn't going to be held back by trains. And that's kind of what we're looking for. I mean, yes, this looks very silly. Yes, this is very steep, but at the very least, it's more efficient. And that's what I'm looking for. Although I do also want to see how it looks. It is a little weird. Oh, and they do slow down getting to the top of that hill. Oh man, do they speed up? Hold on. 16 miles an hour. No, they don't speed up. That would have been funny if they get faster. And then they get down to like, oh my God, they get to 3 miles an hour coming up that hill. Oh no. If I take you away and I take you away, can I do this? That seems a little bit more gradual, doesn't it? That does seem a little bit more gradual. And if I do the same here as well, does that work a little better? It looks a bit more gradual. I don't know if it is. 6 mile an hour. That's better, I guess. They slow down. They don't come to a full stop. That's what I'm looking for. I suppose. Suppose that's the best I'm gonna get. It'll have to do. Oh God, there's water there. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's a problem. That's a visual bug though. I don't think there's actually water there. But we might have to just try and nope, flattening the ground isn't gonna do anything. Oh wait, it did do something. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Hold on, man. Let's fix this problem. Is the water gone? The water's gone. All right. You know what? We'll just not smooth that side. We'll smooth here, and we'll smooth... Oh, God. Okay. This is backfiring. Let's just do that. The water's gone. It's fine. Warren now accept... I know Warren accepts goods and machines. It's been accepting those for a while. All right. This is good. We have $49 million. I think we're making money. We have a bunch of bricks coming back to Philadelphia right now. We have this train heading out with a bunch of tools on board. We have you with a full load of bricks on board. We have another one with a full load of bricks on board, and still a massive amount of bricks waiting in Detroit. So we might have to do something about that. We might really have to change that up a little bit and see if we can't maybe, I don't know. We need to, I guess, move the bricks somewhere else. I guess to Salinas, which could be done by train. It could be done by train. Although it would have to be a separate train to the one that's bringing stuff to Philadelphia because they have a maximum amount of cargo. Let me check something. So Laredo select brick. That's taking bricks back. Is Salinas getting any bricks at all right now? It is. It's getting them from Warren, right? So if I go here, yeah, Salinas brick. So Salinas is getting brick. It's getting a decent amount of brick as well. And I'm also pretty sure it's still using wagons too, so we might have to do something about that. I might have to bring them from Detroit, or Detroit can, I don't know, send them elsewhere. I guess down to Amarillo. Actually, down to Amarillo wouldn't be a bad shout. It's you know, run a train straight down here and then down to Lafayette as well. That would also give us a huge connection for passengers too. Philly to Detroit to Amarillo to Lafayette. Okay. I think that's going to be a really good idea. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to need to expand the network a little bit, move those bricks down to whatever direction this is. And that sounds like a plan. So let's do it.